Hello everyone, this is Noemi Banchi and we are going to do another metaphysical activity online through, Facebook Live, Australia Metaphysics, as every Saturday at 2 p.m. Sydney time. So today we are going to study the illustration of the I am presence. Before starting, we do every Saturday the service of the violet ray. And the reason why we do a service in metaphysics is to use the power we have in our voice through our thoughts and feelings to create a harmony around us. And the first thing is to bring harmony or health or prosperity or the virtue what we need, but through our power, through our thought and feeling. And today we do the service of violet ray, and the violet ray is a specific activity. First of all, because today is Saturday and we didn't study yet the rays, but someday we are going to see the rays and the relationship between rays and days. And because today is Saturday, the violet ray is, like we can say, in air, so we can breathe a violet ray. But we didn't study yet the ray, so I will not explain too much about that. So there's many reasons that we do a service. And a service is a set of decrees. There are two parts, guide and group. You at home, you can, or on the other side of the camera, you can do the group part, or you can do all the service with me aloud. Because it's very important. Sounds silly, but makes difference. When you say and when you think, is more powerful. For this reason, I'm telling you, when I started to learn reading at school many years ago, I need to read aloud because it's very important at the beginning. I'm not telling you that because we are in the beginning of metaphysics, because always in metaphysics we do a service aloud. What I mean is different. So let me stop talking and let's start. With the music by Sir Ruben Cedeño, The Palace of the Purpose of Man, and Dana Nicola piano. I am inviting all the bright beings of the seventh ray to come here right now to this place with the violet ray, transmuting, freeing the earth, ascending it to the light of God that never fails, and converting it into the freedom's hot star. Beloved Master Saint Germain, and the beings of the violet ray, come, 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 ignite, 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 focus, focus, focus here. The violet flame of forgiveness, compassionate love, problem solver, and build here the sacred temple of violet fire and the sacred cathedral of His Majesty Saint Germain. Kneeling in our hearts, we give our greeting, welcome, and reverence to the King of the Golden Age, beloved Master Saint Germain. Beloved Master Saint Germain, I am invoking your violet cloak of light, your crown of Maltese crosses, your scepter of amethyst, from your heart center of compassionate love. Cover us with your cloak, reign with your crown on us, lead us with your scepter, and walk through us. Let's go to Mount Avila, where in the etheric region the palace of the purpose of man is, in whose center is the immense Saint Germain's cathedral, where under its dome the violet flame burns for the whole world. Palace of the purpose of man, that expands its light from Mount Avila. Its motto is unity, truth, and freedom. It is the golden beacon of the new age. The beautiful Saint Germain's cathedral of the violet flame is a heart. It radiates compassion, peace, and transmutation. It is the sacred fire of forgiveness. Angels of the violet fire, the pillar of the violet flame torch, the hand of violet flame, the violet Master Saint Germain's clock. Come, 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 surround, 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 involved, 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 my being, this place, every person, and the whole earth. Beloved presence of God, I am, stop here and erase right now with the power of all the beings of violet light and the activities of the violet ray, so that sweep, 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 erase, 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 burn, 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 transmute, 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 consume, 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 dissolve, 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 all negative appearances. Violet flame, violet flame, violet flame. Saint Germain, Saint Germain, Saint Germain. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Erase, erase, erase. Burn, burn, burn. Transmute, transmute, transmute. Consume, consume, consume. Dissolve, dissolve, dissolve. Violet flame, violet flame, violet flame. We decree in the name of the divine presence of God, I am, and His Majesty, Saint Germain, violet ray and protection for all children, the young, the elderly, disembodied, rulers, teachers, activists, artists, doctors, mystics, and priests. We decree to every appearance that is not peace, health, or prosperity in the world, I erase it, I erase it, I erase it. It is dissolved, it is dissolved, it is dissolved. It is consumed, it is consumed, it is consumed. You don't have power over me. Cross of violet flame, bless me, protect me, defend me, and enfold me. Beloved Master Saint Germain, with the power of the divine presence of God, I am, and the power of 1,000 suns, I am unloading firmly the blessing, protection, defense, and development of the violet ray. I am accepting, absorbing, and expanding this blessing of the violet flame, eternally and self-sustaining, in the name of Master Saint Germain. Amen and amen. Thank you, Father. All right. Well, oops. Okay. All right. Now, I want to say thanks. I want to give thanks to His Excellency Sir Ruben Cedeño, Baron of Louvercy, because he is the person who teach me. And all this information you will find in a book, Metaphysics by Ruben Cedeño, or Pillars of Metaphysics by Ruben Cedeño. Metaphysics, the first book, is available at Amazon. Okay, the topic of today is the illustration of the I am. This is what we are going to do today. And where is, okay. Okay, and before starting, oh yeah, we started already, Joe. we have different image here. And because you as a human being, you can work to make money, which is good. But the point is, how long? Maybe the money lasts, I don't know, some years. And when someday you finish your work, you disincarnate, because in metaphysics we don't say we die or we pass away, because what you change actually, and the word we use is disincarnate. When you disincarnate, the money is gone, so you don't need money anymore. So it's good, but at some point. And also here you can see the world, because yes, we can study, I don't know, geography, history, science. We can know a lot of things actually, which is good actually as well. But for instance, in technology, what is something new today, in, I don't know, 10 years, 5 years, maybe it's gone, it's obsolete. And also here the image on the bottom means like, yes, you can meet people, and you can also become famous. But for how long? Again, maybe a couple of years, and that's all. So I'm telling you with this, and I will show my face so you can see me when saying this, because maybe you will, it worse, maybe sounds rude. I apologize, but it's the truth. I am doing this for a purpose, to say the truth. And if I'm doing this, so I have to say that. Maybe you are the best of the best in your subject. Like, I don't know, maybe you are an engineer, architect, doctor, lawyer, I don't know, maybe you work in a company, or maybe you only, I don't know, whatever you do, which is fine. But let me tell you something. If you don't know about the I am presence, you are an ignorant. And I apologize, but I have to say that. You need to know who are you. And for this reason, we are studying this. To don't be any more ignorant. And became, well, of course, the opposite. To understand. And this is when one day you are in front of the mirror, facing the mirror, looking your face, and the question is, when you look at your face, who am I? After all the money, after all the company, after I don't know how many marriage or friends or jobs or whatever, who am I? And here is the answer. The illustration of the I am presence is like a map of our real being that shows that the path to our true self and facilitates a better understanding of the I am. So let me tell you again. If you want to know about who are you, you need to have the illustration or the representation of the I am. It's very important because it is your GPS. When you want to go somewhere which you don't know, you need a help, you need the GPS. Well, this is the GPS is this illustration. If you want to know who are you, you need to have this illustration. It's very, very important. There is nothing more important in life than reaching God within us. As I said before, doesn't matter how money do you have, doesn't matter how knowledge do you know, how knowledgeable you are, is nothing if you don't know your reality. And when I'm saying God here, well, God is energy and has many aspects. So when I'm saying God, I can say goodwill, wisdom, love, beauty, health, wealth, freedom, everything within you. The physical representation of our true self, God in you, means the supreme self, where all beings are united and synthesized, and whose name is the first person of the verb to be. I know you know grammar as me, so you know the answer. Which is the first person of the verb to be? In present. First person, the present in first person of the verb to be. I am. Correct. Excellent. And this image is, I took this photo. It's in the Sydney Olympic Park here in Sydney. And I'm telling you a secret. I don't know, it's a secret, but actually, I was there in this beautiful park and I was wonder. So when you wonder, is excellent, because when you have a question, the answer has to come to you. And I wonder, and I was wondering to myself, okay, who am I? And I saw this and I said, oh, thank you, Father. And I had to take the photo. Yeah, I am. Okay, move on. And this is the first thing we know. We realize. When we are talking about you, we don't say I was. No, it's in the past. You cannot say I was, because it's not you. Remember, I am is your reality, and I am is present. Present simple. It's not past, it's not future. It's not I will be. No. So anytime you realize that you are thinking about what you was or what you will be, you are not well, actually, because you need to focus on the present. And again, when you think, when you remember, yeah, because I was, 10 years ago I was younger, but now look at me and blah blah blah. No, stop doing that. You are not the past. And also when you think about the future, okay, because I want to be, I will be, blah blah blah. Stop. I'm not saying that, okay, because now we are living in the present, I don't care about the future and I will go to live under the bridge. No, neither that. What I'm telling you is you need to focus here on your present, focus on what you are doing now, looking at the future. For instance, okay, I want to become, well, maybe a physiotherapist. Okay, I need to study. So I'm doing now with an aim, 2 or 3, whatever, is important. It's very important to have aims in our lives. So focus on your present. What are you doing now? I am walking, I am eating, I am having a shower. What I'm doing now. And this is very important, to focus on your present. Because your reality lives in the present. And here we are. This is the representation, the illustration of the I am presence. Okay, let's do that. There's many things here. There's a lot of things to know, but we are going to see only the in general. We are not going to do some details today. There is a few, but the most important thing we are going to do. And the I am presence is the image of light, the body of light. You can see this big body because this is your reality. You are light. This is you. You are the I am presence. The inner self is in the middle. The inner self is this triangle here with these 7 sphere concentrics. We are going to study all this together step by step. And this is the introduction. And this on the bottom is your personality. Let me tell you something. Most of the time, mostly, and I don't know, maybe 98% of the humanity, for living focus on their personality. And the personality is not you. The personality is composed of four bodies or shifts. But you have to focus a little more higher, because your personality, to be honest, is like your clothes. You wear clothes today and tomorrow you change because the fashion changed and you still are you. Well, the same with your personality in another stage. Your personality can change many times, but your I am present is always the same. The I am presence, the spirit, is the higher figure which surrounds the whole picture in its body of light, because the spirit is all, the higher self, the being, the monad, or the Father in heaven, in terms of religion. Okay, so here, this is the most important thing. So instead of focus on this little thing, this little part, you start to realize that you are the light, all this body. And this, the I am presence is like the sun. It's like any single day, the sun is the sun and doesn't care what are you doing now. The thing is, you, with your attention, with your thought and feelings, you need to be focused on your I am presence, because your I am presence is perfect and doesn't care what you are doing, because you are like here with a lot of trouble, poverty and illness and a lot of issues and so on. And your personality, your reality, your I am presence is perfect, and you have to connect with your I am presence. Its body is made out of electronic fire, and it is ruled by the cosmic law of synthesis. The spirit lives in the highest plane of manifestation, which was created by itself, since the self or the being is a divine self-creation. Is monad, and monad means one, only one. And the purpose of our life is to become the personality one with the inner self, which after that you became one with your I am presence. And here we have, from its forehead comes forth a threefold flame. It's very, very clear, so you can see here. The blue is goodwill, golden is wisdom, and pink is love. So from the forehead, these three flames are your reality, your essence, what you are actually in truth. So when you know this, you don't have to put attention on the defects or others or yourself. You have to focus on the I am presence. The circle with a dot on the head is the primary symbol of the cosmos expressed in St. John's Gospel. In the beginning, there was the verb. I can show you a little bigger. I think you are able to see that dot with the circle. Yeah, so this is the symbol of the cosmos, a circle. This is what you are in the beginning and in the end. When I said before that you can spend time making money or studying a lot of subject, which is very good, very good. But if you spend your life, your time understanding what are you, is better, because this is the beginning. And the money the currency can fluctuate, and I don't know, the things can change, but your I am presence never change. It's always the same. Okay, we are going to talk about your inner self, the middle of this image. The soul is in the center, represented by a threefold flame, which is the Christ. The soul is the mediator between the I am presence and the personality. As you can realize, there are many names, so we can say spirit, soul, and body. We can say the higher being, the Christ, the inner self, and the lower being. So at the end, the name is helpful to understand, but what we want here is to realize this, not only a mental knowledge. Realize in our life what is this. And here, okay, we have the mediator. So this triangle, this lotus flower, represents the inner self and is the mediator between these two things. With my fingers, I can show you. The inner self, here in the middle, is the mediator between this, the I am presence, and this, the personality. They are connected by this. Why? Why the inner self? Because I'm telling you that your I am presence is perfect, and your I am presence is in the higher plane, lives in perfection, and the humanity, your humanity, when I'm telling the humanity is here, the human being had to connect with this. So you have to study about your reality. The inner self is the vital principle. When I'm telling you about Christ, means anointed, full of grace. Some people relate the word Christ with Jesus. Well, it's not. Christ means anointed, full of grace. Jesus Christ, yeah, people start calling him like this because he realized 100% his inner self. He unified his personality with his soul, and for this reason he became Jesus Christ. But the word Christ means anointed. All human beings have the vital principle within their hearts. In other words, all human beings have their inner Christ. Another part of the inner self is the causal body, and it consists of 7 concentric spheres surrounding the inner self. It is the storehouse for all that is enduring in the person's various incarnations. And I will do a break here. So, because I want to explain, first of all, I don't care, and it doesn't matter if you believe or not, whether you believe or not in reincarnation. You are free. And actually, your evolution doesn't matter actually too much if you care, if you believe or not. I will explain to you what is going on. And then you are free. Someday you will say, yeah, okay, and it's fine. Everything that you don't understand or you have doubt, leave it. Don't reject the idea. Leave it for a while, and maybe after, I don't know, with the time, you will understand. So, as I said, our body doesn't, you don't die. You will never die. You and your family, anyone can die, because what exists is only life. And we change. And on Earth, we have at least 777 incarnations. Why? Well, because we need to learn. 700 incarnations in the class of ignorance. Basically, when you know nothing. Another 70 incarnations in the class of learning. Is the time when you start, okay, I want to study and I'm interested in this and this and this, and you spend 70 incarnations. And because you cannot learn all together, so you need 70 incarnations. And one incarnation you want to learn about architecture, so you became an architect. You became an architect. And then you want to learn about health, and you became a doctor, and then you want to learn about laws, and you became a lawyer, and you spend, as I said, 70 incarnations studying. And the last 7 incarnations, you are in the class of wisdom. Is when you don't have to study anymore, because you are. You don't have to study about health issues, because you are health, and so on. So, during all this time, during these 777 incarnations, all this learning, you have like a store, like as I said, a storehouse, and you keep all this learning in this what is called your causal body. It's the expression of the sacred fire or the light, which God is, and reflects a spectrum of 7 rays, aspects of God, or aspects of the totality of life. God has many expressions, 7 expressions actually, and each one of them are a virtue. And here we have, again, the same image, because we are studying the image, the illustration of the I Am Presence. And here is the inner self, and these 7 concentric spheres represents your causal body. As you see here, is huge. And when you are, how can I say, you are a beginner, your color is very, very soft, and you almost have nothing. But after incarnation and incarnation, you start to paint figuratively all these spheres. And as you become with faith, here the blue, in the blue sphere, and wisdom and knowledge and discrimination and common sense, in the golden ray, second ray. In the third sphere, we have love, and we learn to love first animals, plants, minerals, other humans, and so on, ourselves. Beauty in the fourth ray, in the white ray. How to become beautiful, a beautiful human being. And health is in the fifth ray, or green, and prosperity in the sixth ray or gold ruby, and the seventh ray is transmutation. Only to give an example, only of one of these, because actually there are more virtues for each sphere. But I'm talking about prosperity, for instance. And when you, okay, the prosperity, all these things is within you, is in your causal body. And doesn't matter what you can see or what you can listen to the news or someone else about financial bankrupt or instability or lack of jobs. The first things you have to do is to realize your reality. Your inner self is within you and your causal body. So your prosperity, your money doesn't depend on the situation of the government or someone else. It's very important this. It's very important that you realize what you say. You have to say only about prosperity, because you can create with your thought and your feelings, and you have fear that you will lose your job or you will become a homeless. Is not your what you have to do on earth. It's your creation. So you need to be alert, in guard, that don't say anything against prosperity. And I'm telling you, for instance, oh, this is too expensive, I cannot afford it, the situation now is a mess, we are going to die, I will lose my job, and so on. I take all the power away and I refuse, I don't accept it. And when someone tried to put me these ideas in my head, I delete it automatically. And I said, I don't want it. Don't talk to me about this. And I don't want it. I take all the power away. Because I know if I start talking about this, the first person in live under the bridge, it will be me. And I don't want it. And I don't accept it. I only think and put my attention in prosperity, because I know this is up to me. And I only give an example of prosperity, but put this with health and beauty and love and wisdom and faith and transmutation. And the last part at on the bottom is the personality. The lower being represents the personality, composed of the physical, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies, or sheets. Why sheets? Because it's like a peach. Yes, the seed is your inner self, and the pulp is your thoughts. The pulp is composed of your thoughts and emotions and words and actions. It's your personality, but you can change your personality. What is important is your inner self. Your personality can change. But most of the time, people are focused more on what they are thinking, and they want to, how can I say, they want to respect what they think, because they think they have the truth. But the energy, what you use to think, is not you, is your inner self. Yeah, here I put a little bit bigger so you can see you are not your thought. And for this reason, sorry, I had what? No, what I'm doing? Go back. Go back. Okay. I know why I said that. I do that. Sorry. It's because I want to show you this. The personality is this body that you can see. And here in the middle is the three signia. This is what we are going to talk about now. The three signia is the logo of metaphysics, composed of three superimposed signs. So here, three. Separately, here. The first, the heart, with the threefold flame, representing the inner self and the threefold essential consciousness. So your reality is about this inner self with three flames. Goodwill, blue. Wisdom, golden. And pink, love. The Maltese cross, which is the Master Sondermann's electronic pattern, whose arms symbolize the four pillars of metaphysics. Again, here, this cross, Maltese cross. And also represents your personality, like your mental, emotional, etheric, and physical bodies in balance. And sometimes a human being, the mental body is very, very tiny, and the emotional body is huge. Is over I don't know. It's huge. And this is the person like is very upset and always is very sensitive, so you cannot say anything because react automatically. And this is because they need the balance. And for instance, to say another example, maybe a person is very, very smart, is a smart cookie, but they cannot manage their emotions. They are like, I don't know, like a robot. They cannot talk about emotions because, let's talk later. And they don't, because they don't know how to manage emotions. So, we need balance with our emotions, thought, vitality, and of course our body, our appearance. And the last thing here, the wheel of teaching, where each spoke represents one of the 8 positive attitudes taught by Lord Gautama. So this is what we have to know, to be focused on. Okay, the silver core is a ray of light which links what? Well, the being, the inner self, and the personality. You need a channel, you need something that you can communicate. Well, this is your silver cord, and is this. You can see perfectly here. This is. Because what you think, what you say, all this energy is not your idea. It's not, oh yeah, I think that. No, you think because you have the energy which comes from your inner self. Through the silver cord flows down a non-qualified, pure and crystalline energy. So, from this direction, as I said before, the energy, crystalline, pure, comes to the regulator because the ion presence is too high. So, it's like almost if you want to touch the sun, it's impossible. It's too much for you. Well, we have the inner self, which is the regulator between the I am presence and the personality. And the inner self regulates the energy, so here, through the silver cord, the energy for what? Well, so you can think here, you can feel, you can move your body. When you lift your hand, you use your nervous system. And your nervous system uses the energy from your brain, but your brain uses the energy from your mental body. Your mental body is your inner self. Through the silver core, all the beautiful and perfect learning goes upwards to our causal body. What we said before. Everything you learn here, everything you learn, I don't know, you learn to drive, you learn painting, you learn talking, you learn walk, everything you learn goes up to your causal body. Okay, and around in here, this is the violet tube. Surrounding the lower body is the consuming violet fire flowing up through and around the lower figure to protect and purify the lower nature. All this knowledge is almost new for humanity. It became known in the beginning of the 90s, 1930, but it's not new actually. The violet fire exists from always. What is new is we know we have the violet fire to transmute all your negativity. Yeah, because you create negativity. When you think I cannot, when you think about others in a negative way, everything returns to you. So we have the violet fire to protect ourselves from this negativity created by ourselves, of course. And surrounding the violet fire, we have a tube with light. And the with light pillar surrounding the violet tube is the ascension flame that grants the final victory at the end of a life cycle. So after incarnation, after incarnation, after incarnations, we became Master of Wisdom, and you are graduated. It's like when you spend when you spend 5-6 years in the university and one day you are graduated. Well, this is the same on Earth. One day you became a adept, which is the next steps after being a human being. You are graduated of human being and you became an adept. You are God, but you must dig deep down into yourself to find the God within you. I love these words by Krishnamurti, because yes, we need to dig deep. How? Well, this is only one way, and it's like this: by meditation. I'm sorry, but this is the only one. There's no anything else. I cannot awake your inner self. You cannot awake my inner self. We need to do this by ourselves. And meditate on a flower, meditate on a lake. No. Meditate on your inner self, on your reality. And here we have the image to be focused on. First of all, it's not about have a black mind, so your mind at zero. No, forget that. I don't know who said that, but no. It's all about observation. Observe your posture. So first of all, you need to still your physical body. Sit or lie on the bed. The posture you want doesn't matter. The point is, if you lie, it's easier to fall asleep. It's the only one. The only reason if you want to do the meditation is not asleep, it's different, okay? So meditate on your inner self is be aware of your posture right now. Be alert of your emotions, your sensations, the sensation of your body, and then the emotions, and then the memories you have, and then you will realize about your thoughts. What are you thinking? And then you will start to realize about your inner self, all the virtues which is within you, and your I am presence. It's when you became and you get or you enter into the silence. And this is the decree. I am that I am. Which means I am here. When you start, I'm telling you this, when you start to talk with a student of metaphysics, when you talk with a student of metaphysics, you realize very fast. Why? Because they don't use the I am. They, for instance, you said, this is Noemi Banchi, my person, blah, 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 instead of I. Because we are aware of, when you use the I am, you are talking about your perfection, your reality. And this is the meaning of this decree. I am that I am. I am, the person here is saying the word, that I am. So I am, for instance, goodwill. I am that I am. I am wisdom. I am that I am. I am love. I am that I am. And so on. So it's not about knowledge, this. You need to discover by yourself. So when you need something, you need to meditate on your reality. And I hope you remember this activity. And you can see many times. So it's recorded now, so you can watch it. And have this image, the representation, the illustration of the I am. I'm telling you, I have many of them. In my wallet, in my phone. Here, I will show you because I have here. Look, this is well, my phone is now, but this is the cover of my phone, and I have the I am present here. So I will show you. Ding, here with the cards, the opal and the credit card. Here is the I am presence. In the bathroom, I have one. In the kitchen, I have one. Everywhere. For what? Well, it's an image, and every time I see the image, I'm focused on that. I'm focused on what I am. Who am I? And this is all for now. Thank you for joining this activity. Have a good day.